Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the Litecoin holders. Let's analyze and take a look at what's happening with Litecoin as of October 31st and, what we could be expecting, of course, as we are closing off the month. So looking across the board at this point, you guys should be well aware as, what's happening with the markets. We did see a little bit of a retracement, and I wouldn't say a little bit. We did see quite a sharp pullback for a lot of altcoins over the last 24 hours. And again, I'll kind of highlight my overall thoughts on as to what's really causing that. But if you're looking at Litecoin, it's down about 4.2% right now, as you can see over the last 24 hours on the USD side of things. If you're focusing on the Bitcoin side of things, we're also down about 4%, with the price currently sitting at $94.22. The valuation at 7.2 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about 760 million. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So I'm going to obviously start off by taking a look at the dominance. You guys know it's not a Crypto ZX update unless we don't discuss the dominance. And you can see for yourself, dominance is something I tell you guys to focus so closely on. We were literally sitting at 59.5% yesterday, back to where we were just a few days back. Again, dominance showing a lot of strength, but we need to understand what caused the dominance to go up with the way it did. Wow, what's going on here? Apologies, double charts have loaded here, but let's take a look at what's happening with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been pretty much in this downwards, trajectory after even the rate cut happened. But today specifically, you saw the price of Bitcoin drop below the 23.6. We went down to 106, but you can see the price has reclaimed back up to this key range quite fast. It's trying to break back into the 23.6, but it's having a little bit of a hard time doing so because, of course, the bears want to keep the price below the 23.6 and the bulls want to keep the price above this key range. Obviously, today is the last day of the month. We're going to see the daily, monthly close for Bitcoin happen, and we'll see what happens. We'll see where Bitcoin can push up to. So obviously, we want to kind of keep Bitcoin very closely in mind. But again, I want you guys to focus on what has happened for Bitcoin's price over the last 2 days alone. And that itself is something we don't really want to be ignoring. And of course, dominance in just the last 24 hours has seen this uptick. But with that being said, let's take a look at what's happening with Litecoin's price right now. So again, as we know, Litecoin is one of the very few coins, one of the three coins, of course, that have gotten, an ETF, which is a very historical moment. Yes, a spot ETF. So we're going to take a look at, what's really happening with Litecoin right now. So again, you could see for yourself at the announcement itself, we did see the price retest, obviously the blue zone again, as seen as the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level. We held above the support line literally since yesterday. We were actually holding above here. Let me show you guys something very interesting. So even though we got rejected at that key range, as the price did retrace a little bit, obviously the sell the news event taking place as well, and the overall market momentum shifting, you did see this support play out for us 4 different times, literally 4 different times after retesting the 78.6 Fib zone. But you can see for yourself this time around, I think we would have actually held this support if it weren't for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin saw a drop below the 23.6. I'll give you guys the exact numbers. We're looking at about 3.5% move. You must understand that is going to have an impact on Litecoin as well. And Litecoin price did end up obviously losing the support line. We fell down to $90. But again, look at this. You'll see something very similar here based off of what I'm just showing you on the hourly time frame. We're just focusing on the month of October here. You can see for yourself, we do have significant amount of support around this range, around the $90. Not something that we retested just for the first time. Several different retests around that key range, and you can see for yourself that did play as a support. But since then, obviously we did see Bitcoin seeing a little bit of a bounce as well, and Litecoin up 5%. Not bad, not bad at all. But what you want to see the price of Litecoin do is push back above this key resistance. You guys know the significance of it. At this point, you guys should clearly see it based off of what I've just shared with you guys, how many times you got supported about that key range. We want to turn this into support and push back into, the 3 digits. Yeah, that's all we want to do right now. We can start focusing on some of these other levels later on. Obviously, right now, market volatility is still quite high. Uncertainty still quite high. Dominance speaks for itself. But as of now, for Litecoin, we really want to see the price reclaiming the 3-digit price point first and foremost before we can start focusing on some of the other time frames. So that's what I want you guys to be looking out for as of now. Again, I like this bounce, about a 5% move, not bad, but primarily you want to get back up to the key resistance that I've obviously highlighted to you guys. Again, it's still a very strong possibility we get back above that. That's only about a 2% move. So we could even reclaim back above $100 today. We would still have a lot of time, but it all depends on Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin rejects at the 23.6 once again, then of course, we could be, looking at a different outcomes. But again, we're going to take it one step at a time. Let me know your personal thoughts. What do you guys think is going to happen for the remainder of the year? Obviously, November and December are still 2 months left till 2025 ends. And that is a lot of time, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments what your personal thoughts are, and we'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.